Hello, I'm Dr. Tsoi, the acupuncturist, the herbalist, and of course the artist. And here today I'm going to talk about this art. And as you know, I use arts as medicine, and I use arts as a heal the person as physically, mentally, and spiritually. And today's paintings so basically is oil acrylic mix and canvas, and this is 8 by 8. And this painting, I just did a portrait of Picasso. Then I start realize I need to do portrait of Van Gogh. So that's the portrait of Van Gogh right now. Of course, it's a sculpt, but we do some colors, some line. So that's what they look with Van Gogh. And believe it or not, that's what they look like. So, of course, the line, as you know, I use to generate energy. The lines is continuation. So for the chi flow. So all those years, I do a lot of line, always connected. So when you the connection, and just like acupuncture, the energy flow, and so they are that's the connected. So that's the line, and then I use the 5 elements of color and the mix and try to create different color, different kind of feelings. And of course, the color, different colors is different, good for different organ. Of course, what they do is the blues is good for the liver and the gallbladder, and red is good for the heart, and the yellow is good for the digestion system, and the black is good for the kidney, and the white is good for the lungs. So as you know, this basically we use yin and yang, and the lines is more related, created by the artist, so belong to yang. And the color, I use the acrylic color mixed with water and pour down the canvas, let them move around. So that's just a more let them give them more freedom, and there's more belong to yin. And that's a yin and yang. So I just under my belief in a whole universe, and they're all connected with the yin and yang. So the opposite things, but the use of yin and yang is much easier to explain because the yin and yang really cover the whole things, the whole universe, the things. So example, men belong to yang, women belong to yin, and the upper of the pendants is yang, and the lower parts of the pendants yin, and the blue belong to yin, the red belong to yang, the white belong to yang, the black belong to yin. So that's the whole universe. They just like a fast, this is a yang, slow is yin, and so big is yang, small is yin. So a lot of things is related with yin and yang, and including the economy, up and down. Fast growing is yang, slow growing is yin. Sometimes not necessary too fast. Growing is good things, so they may fall apart, and so that's why just yin and yang balance. So right now we're in the difficult time because our economy grow a little too fast, and we little out of balance. So now we need to cool them down a little bit and try to fix, repair, and of course try to repair the damage. So economy, family, personal life, relationship, and the country to country, and the whole universe is related with the yin and yang. So we really need to balance the whole things, and we just should do one thing at a time, one patient at a time, one people at a time, and try to change from yourself first. And it's much easier to change yourself, to balance yourself, or try to expect that everybody else is to balance, because of course you give them message, you hope they balance, but to say change yourself is much easier. So I think everybody should start on their own, and a lot of time you have to fight. So if you change yourself, try to fix yourself first. so it's much easier to fix the whole thing. And if you want to change the other people, may take a little bit longer. You maybe never change them. So in this way, you never solve any problems. And of course, the problem and yin and yang, they're always there. And in the family, example, wife and husband, and they may fight. And you have to know, ladies belong to yin, and men belong to yang. Physical structure, man's is more energized, more on the warm side, and the lady should be more feminine, should be a little nicer and softer. And but of course, some lady don't want to be like that. So so that's just the universe. They built like that. You're born to be a woman, so you should act like women. You're born like a man, you should act like a man. Of course, so that's why men like women and women like a man, and yin and yang right there. So of course, here these days, sometimes the man start like man, and or women like women. That's something they're physically they are out of balance. So it's something wrong. So it's not normal and related with the yin and yang. So uh, of course, those things you sometimes you hard to change because they may born that way physically, and they have too much yin in their body or too much yang in their body, so they can throw them out of balance. And the other things is with the economy recently and the real estate market, we have too much yen before a couple of years ago, and right now it's a little depressed, so we have too much inventory. So then we start to have too much yen, and so right there, so we need a little bit more yen, but of course, so you still have to have a little more freedom and have more ideas and people working, and hopefully they solve the problem. But the economy always going to solve the problem. They may up and down a little bit. That's all normal. And my art's doing very well. And a few years ago, I created arts as actually do big houses, and I try to build as a part of the real estate and get money from the bank, of course. So and to build a lot of houses is more for me. It's more like art, but obviously because the money stopped, the music stopped. So my construction and arts project is stopped. And so a few years ago, that's what I do, and use the structure arts. And of course, before that, I do a lot of Statue of Liberty's face, and because I do about 10, 15 years, and use arts to energize myself and be immigrants and get more power from the spiritual feeling from the Statue of Liberty's face. I made many years of that. And before that, of course, in China, in college, I take a lot of classes and do a lot of realistic work, drawing, watercolor, and oil, and the Chinese paintings. I enjoy a lot, and I do. That's why I do. If I want to do the realistic work, but I can. But sometimes I just if I finish it, the realistic work, sometimes not very rewarding, believe it or not. So that's the talk today. And if you have more questions about my art and about the yin and yang, about the balance, and let me know. And I hope you have a balanced life and or balanced mind and also balanced spirit. If you don't, I hope you can use the arts to heal, and also you can use other methods, acupuncture or Chinese herbs, or sometimes use some little harsh treatments or use some chemicals and use Western medicine or use meditation or exercise. Have so many ways to balance your system. So I have enough today, so I have to go and we talk more. Thank you for watching.